All right, let's do Wizards real quick. Then we'll take a break.
What can you say about them? You know what we're going to say? This is the year. They look like they have to do it. And what's going to end up happening? It's going to be the end of the year, and they'll be knocked out in the first or second round.
All right, can I tell you what John Wall had to say to the Washington Post?
Tell me.
All right, so the latest rumor, that the Wizards are like a dark horse team to land Boogie Cousins in a sign and trade that will involve Otto Porter. I'm hoping. So this is what John Wall had to say to Candace Buckner of the Washington Post. Quote, do I recruit him? On Cousins, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, do I recruit him? Nah, we're just brothers. We just talk. Why wouldn't we want to play together? Question mark. We've been brothers since we were 14. Whatever happens, if it happens, it happens. If not, I don't think there's too much recruiting that needs to be done there. I think everybody knows what our brotherhood is, where we are. I mean, certain people have that bond where it's an opportunity and you take advantage of it. If it's not there, these are my brothers. These other 14 guys. And I compete with these guys every day. I'm with these guys 8-9 months out of the year. So if it happens, it happens. If not, Cousins still has to worry about his team, and I have to worry about my team.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Why, you see something wrong with that?
I don't like the not recruiting aspect of it. Yeah, he may have just said this because of he's trying to be PC to the media. Because you don't want to always tell the media everything you're planning to do. Yeah. But if this is really true, I'd be extremely disappointed if he didn't try to recruit Boogie Cousins to the Washington Wizards. Because you see, as is, the Wizards are not ready to compete for a championship. As is. I've been telling you that. And this whole Otto Porter deal, this has got to go, man. And you need to bring another star in there. So, if I'm John Wall and what you just said about LeBron freeing up the East, now, why don't you recruit heavy? For LeBron.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, the thing I was saying about being PC, why don't you make it public? Make it public that you're going after Boogie. Let him know you want him.
Yeah.
Let him know you want it. Yo, guys, hey, just FYI, this is a life lesson for everyone. A lot of people should know this, probably always know this. People want to be wanted.
Yeah.
I would love to be wanted.
Yeah.
Hey, let that know publicly. Let millions of people know. Let the city of D.C. know you want him. Like, at least let the fans in D.C. know you want him publicly. I get it, man. He's not about that. I get it. But
John
it's
Wall's
like,
a quiet guy, so he doesn't want to...
No, he's not. He's a point guard. He's a leader. He leads his team in assists. Like, to me, that was a mistake on that end. Now, even I still think even if he still came out and said that we want Boogie, it would be hard for them to make it happen because they're over the luxury tax by far, and I don't know who wants to.
I think $20 million over.
I don't know who wants to take Otto Porter for $100 million. I don't know who wants that.
Didn't Minnesota want them? Or who was it? No, Milwaukee.
No, Sacramento. They gave him that offer last offseason, and the Wizards matched it, the qualifying offer. So that's my thing, man. I'm like, yo, let them know you want to be wanted. That's my thing.
That's the exact same
so
thing.
I'm just disappointed.
I can see, because this is the thing. If they get a Boogie,
because you just traded Gortat, you need a starting center.
That's the thing.
So if it's not like if you say that I'm going to recruit him, it's a position of need at this point.
The other rumor out there is that
you got Austin Rivers in return, which I think was.
I think it's better than Gortat.
No, I think it was basically a wash because, to me, if you're getting rid of Gortat, it's for salary reasons. You kind of free up some cap space. But him and Austin Rivers kind of making the same amount of deal. Now, they needed a backup point guard. They kind of shored that up because Austin Rivers is an okay backup point guard. But let's be honest, you're not going over with Austin, okay? So I would not be surprised if Austin is dealt at some point in time this year. So that's my thing. I'm like, yo, recruit heavy for these guys. What do you got to lose?
So that's
you got to make DC a place where players want to come.
And that's the thing, and that's
because KD's from here and you don't want to play here.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. No,
he didn't even think about it. He didn't even think about it. Yeah, he didn't even think about it. I remember
watching documentary. He said the two places that he was thinking about going was either going to be Toronto or Golden State. He's not even playing for a decent team. It's a decent team. DC's a decent team.
Right.
And he didn't even want to play here.
That's like Boogie. Like, he's on New Orleans. Like, let's say he resigns with New Orleans. How much better is New Orleans than Washington? I'm just talking about, like, their position. They're going to probably be,
and this is the thing
like,
I always say,
4 or 5 seed and probably be bouncing in the second round.
This is the pressure on the Wizards right now, and I'll tell you why. Because the Capitals won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So this is
the curse is over. The curse is over. So that kind of relieves some tension in the city.
Exactly.
So you're not.
So the Capitals won the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying this is the most stability the Wizards have had.
Well,
I think even more so than Gilbert Arenas. I think this is even more stability because that didn't last as long as this is lasting with Wall, Beal, and
this is what I'm saying. Because right now you're having Beal. If anything, I would scrap the whole team and keep Beal and Wall and redo over.
That's what I would do. But the Otto thing, like, who gonna take him?
That's the issue. So the way I'm looking at it right, is that you have to keep Otto. You can't do anything. Nobody's going to take his contract.
You can't keep Otto because then you won't be able to sign any max player because you'll have 3 max players.
Well,
that means you'd have to get rid of Beal or Wall if you keep Otto.
That means they're going to get rid of Beal.
Well, why would you get rid of Beal?
Well, if you can't get rid of Otto.
No, I'm saying like at some point, if you involve a third team,
I don't wanna,
you put some draft picks, you put some first round picks, you involve a third team, get a 3-team trade, you can make that thing happen. It's just a long shot because of, I don't know, the inability of the Wizards to make these type of decisions. Ernie Grunfeld, like, I like the guy. He's done a good job with this roster from what it was to what it is now. But you really capped yourself, man. You kind of remind me of Dan Gilbert in Cleveland because y'all capped yourselves. There's no way out from this roster right now as is. Like, there's no free agency. There's no free money for you to spend. You have to make deals, all right? And you got to be aggressive. And you got to let teams know that you are being aggressive. I don't know if that's being done or not, but based on recent history from Ernie Grunfeld, you know how DC fans feel about Ernie Grunfeld.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know how they felt about that Otto deal. A lot of people were really upset about that deal. All right? It's not been a great track record in terms of that aspect, like freeing up making the right moves and trades to bring in the right pieces in here. So that's my thing. Getting rid of Gortat, I think, was really good.
Yeah,
because for him to be making close to like 15 mil for his productivity, which has gone skyrocketed down, which does all the way down in the dirt. Like, he's already at the core, man. He's done to me. All right, and then the comments he had about Wall during the season about hey, we're, I don't know. Remember those tweets he put out saying, "Oh, we might be a little bit better without Wall." I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what he said. And then Wall responding saying like, "Yo, you only get baskets because of me, the pick and roll game that they have, and that's really his game. His one-on-one game is kind of diminished over the last few years." So that's my thing. Like, if you're John Wall, if you're Ernie Grunfeld, you got to be more aggressive than what you are. And the fact that they're not really in the picture, especially with LeBron being gone, I thought that they would make a lot more noise. But especially after these comments, I really think they're just set on staying put as is. I think John Wall is okay with the roster being as is after those comments. Because it's like, yo, the thing is, I was there the night they lost Game 6. Mm-hmm. I was there. Okay?
I was in the stands.
Yeah. So I was in the press conference post-game when they lost that Game 6 to Toronto. All right? I heard him say, yo, this organization needs to make some changes, bring some other players in here. Okay? I heard him say that. And for him to have said that during that press conference and then to come back and say this about arguably the best big man in the league, that you're not trying to recruit him, it's mind-boggling. Honestly, to me. It gives me a sense that he's really content. He's okay with just being a good star on an okay team and living life lavishly. Yeah. That's just my thoughts.
And that's the thing.
Because I don't think he's really serious about winning a championship. I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think he is.
Honestly, this is the thing. Like,
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either.
Yeah.
And like the way I've seen it, it's just like what you just said. The way I see it. Because if they get Cousins,
right,
they don't have any excuse not to compete.
Yeah, but the fact that he's not heavily trying to recruit Cousins is upsetting to me, because that just tells me you're not trying to win a championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the words he said. Like, I'm not making this up, ladies and gentlemen. All right? I'm telling you, these were the words that came out of his mouth. All right? But anyway, we're going to take a break. Woo! That was a long segment. Woo! Yep. That was a much-needed segment. There was a lot of things I need to get out there.